So hi everybody, I want to welcome you to my channel. I have put together a channel for real estate consumers to learn about real estate. So please subscribe to my channel and you will learn so much, guys. I hear a lot of people that don't want to rent anymore, but they don't know how to make the decision on how to make that change. So I want to give you some advantages that you can think of. Come out of the mindset of having to have a problem with it, and how you can have solutions to be able to buy a property and learn why, quite frankly, it's much better to be a homeowner, guys. I'm going to give you some of the advantages so that you understand. So one of the main reasons you do not want to rent anymore is you are making your landlord rich. And every time you write a rent check, guys, you're throwing your money away. Literally, where's it going? It's not investing for you. It's not helping you at all. It's just keeping a roof over your head. And quite frankly, buying can do that with a lot of advantages. So another thing that you want to think about is if you've rented long enough, let's face it, you've looked around and you said, I hate this carpeting, the appliances don't work, all of these little things that can get on your nerves. And guess what? You're 100% right. But you can't change the carpeting, you can't paint. And if you do, and the landlord says, sure, you can do that, you just have to put it back into the same condition it was when you started your lease. Okay, and trust me, that's going to cost you a lot of money when you look at the cost of supplies today for paint and for carpeting. Okay, so the other thing is that all you have to do is do the numbers on, let's just say that you are paying your landlord $2,000 a month. Okay, $2,000 a month times 24 months, actually times 12 months, okay, is $24,000. Double that for 24 months. Triple that and keep going up with the numbers, and you could be taking a portion of that and putting it into a fund to buy. Okay, and we talked about in another video about what you can actually do with regard to finding money to purchase, tapping into relatives who would love to help you. Some older relatives don't have a lot to do with their time, so go ahead and ask them, especially grandparents, guys. They would love you to ask them. Real estate consumer training website. My website will give you in-depth step-by-step guides on how to buy. And so let's just say another scenario is that you have a noisy neighbor. Well, you call the landlord, you complain, nothing gets done. You call him again, nothing gets done. And it can be very frustrating. So you really don't have any recourse if you have noisy neighbors, especially after 10 o'clock at night. Did you know that there are counties that offer solutions for this? So they have rules and regulations, but if you're a renter, it's a lot harder to get them to act. If you're a homeowner, then guess what? You have a stake in that property. You have every right to say, hey, look, I own this property, and I don't want these loud neighbors after 10 o'clock at night. I have a young child, etc., for whatever reason. So I do want to tell you a cute story. When I was owning, there was a neighbor. His music was so loud one night, and I waited like 2 or 3 nights. Every night it was loud. And I mean, we're talking about, sometimes even if I was in my home, I could still hear the music, and that's not good. So one of the nights that he had loud music on, I took a ride over and I got the address of the property. As a homeowner, I called law enforcement and I said, guys, this guy's got, right now, if you go over there, you are going to hear music that's so loud. I don't know how his next door neighbors are dealing with it unless they're invited to the party. But a lot of times they get pretty tired of it too. So what happened was and usually a police officer will report back to you that they were there and what happened. They went over to the property. 20 minutes later, the sound was down, and they came over and said, it's a police officer, one of our very own. I don't know if he was in the same precinct, But that's who was doing it. And you know, police officers are not above the law when it comes to real estate. They're not above the law to be able to say, you know what, I can have my music loud. No, they can't. So keep that, you know, in the back of your mind, okay? So, by the way, please subscribe to my channel and continue through my channel. I have a lot of videos for you guys, okay? And after 30 years of being in the industry, completing thousands of transactions, I kind of think I know my stuff. So hopefully this is helpful. And comment or be in touch, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.